Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the DreamHack Open Stockholm 2015. We have one more round of 16 match to close out the night. It's going to be Snute versus Armani. Some ZvZ action, guys, and this is a pretty big match. I'm Nathanius, joined on the desk by Todd and Apollo. Apollo, of course, greatest commentator in StarCraft 2 history. How are you guys doing?
Doing really good.
You never make this kind of mistake.
I never did, no. That's why he is the 7th best host, is it? Or 8th?
Well, you gotta,
it's really a shame that you let Lycan slide one above you, bro.
well, you got the juice like that, man. I don't understand.
Oh, trying to
You're
play the
breaking my
victim now, are we?
You're breaking my heart, Apollo. I come out here. I knew you wanted to get your passion back on casting.
Yep.
They told me that they wanted the best commentator here, but I said, no, Apollo really needs a chance.
Well, the thing is, I got put into casting, and the thing is Adabisi called me and was like, hey, so you can do hosting, that's fine, but Nate has been struggling recently in casting because he hasn't been streaming as much, so has actually not played as much. So I was like, okay, no, I can do it. I'm not very good, but I can do it. And then
all jokes aside, you guys both are pretty good. Let's start the circle jerk again, because
that sounds good to me.
we make too many harsh jokes, and people are gonna think we're serious.
Yeah.
You guys both are pretty good.
I actually am serious.
Not as good as Red Eye though.
It's been a great day. I think we've had a lot of interesting results as far as WCS goes, especially. This match won't be quite so tied into that, as we just have two players fighting for glory and money.
Yeah, this just feels like DreamHacks and the IEMs of the past, when WCS hasn't really been involved in as much, and it's just Snute versus Koreans again. And he's the last European in the tournament. He's the last remaining player that can fight against these guys, and we've had that a lot over the years, and hopefully he can fight against Armani. You know, Snute loves his Zerg versus Zerg.
Yeah.
So it's a good shot for him.
He's been very vocal, actually, about how he appreciates the matchup a lot.
Yeah.
And he's done very well in a lot of ZvZs in the past. Remember, like, he was one of the first guys to really beat Hyun a lot at a time where Hyun was unstoppable.
Yeah.
And now he goes up against Armani, who I don't think he's particularly gonna have too much info on, but he might not mind, because Snute kind of has his own style and idea on how to play ZvZ usually.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how Armani kind of plays against Snute style, because it's going to be like that.
If he can tailor another build to counter his opponents.
We'll have to see how many builds Armani can tailor, Todd. I think that's a really important thing. Definitely wouldn't want to get any ruffles in his coats, to say the least, as far as the ZvZ goes, as it can be a pretty tricky matchup. Do you guys like Snute's chances in this series then?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
All right. Well,
And Nate answered. Take it away.
That's just absolutely amazing to know. So glad to have you guys here.
We'll keep backing them back.
Favorite colors?
Red.
Blue.
Okay, reasonably conflicting there. What race is going to win this tournament?
Protoss, obviously.
Terran.
Ooh.
What?
You realize Rain is in this tournament, right?
Yeah, but he's going to lose to a Protoss or a Zerg before.
That's not actually possible, though.
He plays Reality?
If he were to play Reality... You just said...
he plays Hyun first.
Who plays Reality?
It would be SOS.
There's so many matches that we
Getting
look so
answers out of
stupid
them.
every time we ask this kind of question.
No.
All jokes aside, I do think Protoss is...
While you guys try to figure that out, we'll take another look at the bracket, so those of you at home can know.
It's Lean.
If you did your job, the bracket would have been up.
The bracket's
Nate.
here, man.
Yeah, too late now.
I brought it.
It's Leanock.
We already look like fools.
It's okay. That's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah, so Reality is going to beat Linok, then Hyun, and then Curious in finals.
You think Reality's going to win this tournament?
No. I was just entertaining the
Glad
idea.
you cleared the air on that one.
Terran could do well.
Snoop's got a good chance against Armani, and he's got a good chance against Hurricane Solar as well, to be honest.
And he's got a good chance against Curious. I think even, like, if you had to play him in semi. SOS, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Well, I think SOS stands out as the scariest player on the right side.
You got to look at this as like an SOS Rain finals, potentially, right?
We shouldn't overlook Curious. Everybody always does it, and look what happened last DreamHack. Just won it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He found himself on the stage with a champagne bottle. He had no idea how to open.
But SOS wasn't there.
Yeah, that's true. SOS, does he have the drive, though, here to try and, I guess, keep on revealing builds?
Now that he knows he's 100% in for BlizzCon, maybe does he bust
goes
out
to like his B and C builds.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll use my backup builds, and they're probably not going to be enough for these
my
guys.
job here is done and just leaves?
Yeah.
So actually, I just forfeit the rest of the game.
Just BlizzCon is coming up, and it's really important. Now he's guaranteed to be in. Do you think maybe he uses his backup builds? further in the tournament.
I would like to see that. Plus, like a little Galsy here, a little Maximus Black there, maybe a Roddy build or two.
I mean, Roddy builds are the main builds usually.
Yeah, well, that's also fine.
So Snute going up against Armani now. With how much info Snoot's going to have on Armani, surely he's looking to try and play a standard, you know, how he loves to play roaches, potentially into some transitions. Infestors, if things get crazy and he's ahead enough. Are we just looking at a Mass Roach versus Mass Roach? RVR, as our friend Red Eye would call it.
It's hard to say, to be honest, because you don't know how they're going to approach the series. Because if they approach it aggressively, the series could end in 20 minutes. You know, with the super aggressive builds you can have in Zerg versus Zerg. So it just depends on their approach. It also depends on their confidence, because usually when you're confident, you're going to just be playing the game longer, and that's where Snute usually would go. So maybe it's on Armani how this series plays out.
Yeah, he's looking awfully cheerful though. He's getting excited, getting pumped up for this best of 3.
Look at that camouflage jacket.
Yeah.
With his name on it, too.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, no, it's just Ambition. I saw the A, and I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of sick.
There's like stacked gems on the side. I was like, oh, does he have like a mineral patch, like pylon on his chest? But he's a Zerg, so it wouldn't really make any sense. Yeah. I don't know. I got nothing.
That was a Red Eye tier joke, bro.
Hey, man. You gotta, you fake it till you make it, right?
You're trying to climb up the rankings of the host, but...
Yeah, you might have slipped down one more.
I literally could not contain myself. So if we look at that then, ZvZ, obviously we see a lot of Roach play. Snute likes a longer game. How about the mental game? How does that play into this? Okay, now he's smiling. Okay, so you have a good Snute, it looks like.
I think he's confident.
Some days
Snute is really happy these days, actually, in general. Like, every time we see him in a tournament, he's just, like, smiling and happy to be there.
There was one big thing that Snute had problems with in WCS in Poland, and the reason why he lost versus Kung Fu Panda, was it?
Yeah.
Is his shoulder injury. Played a massive,
he looked
massive
very
part.
uncomfortable. Like, even before and after the games, he was, like touching his shoulders this. Like, you could tell he had a problem with that. He looked fine here.
Yeah, he said that after he lost in Poland, that was going to be his main concern and things to improve on was his shoulder, because it was really hurt. The longer the series goes, the longer he was playing matches, the more it hurt.
Right.
You know, it happens though. Like he's like what, 26 now. He doesn't have much long in this industry.
Is he 26?
I don't know.
What are you doing here, Tom?
That's why he's got a microphone, man.
You can be any age to commentate or host. Red Eye is the living proof.
Fair enough.
We're making too many jokes on him.
Sir Scoots and Red Eye.
I love you, Paul. If you're watching,
I'd like to work at Gfinity in the future.
Well then, so I guess that in that case, you know, there's no pressure on Snute coming in here. He's not the guy that everyone's pining for to try to qualify for WCS. What's a good result for him? Is he okay if he gets eliminated here? Is this the worst possible thing that could have happened?
No, I think losing in the previous round or the round before that.
Okay,
probably, but
can he be satisfied with a finish here if you were to lose to Armani?
No.
I don't think so. I think Snute would be fine with losing with guys like Curious or SOS, but probably not Armani.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's a guy who's won tournaments in the past, who's beat top tier Koreans. I don't think Snute considers he should be losing to somebody like Armani, especially in his best matchup.
Yeah, when you're looking at the bracket and knowing who his potential next opponent is, he's probably looking past that too, and like a loss versus SOS would probably be like, okay, that's where I'm going to bust. But apart from that, I think
that sounds fair. Yeah. Can either of these guys beat SOS? Would we pick one of them to have a chance?
I think they have
a
chance. They have a chance. As in, they have a chance out of 100 or something. I think it'd be really tough. But the thing is, SOS, he's going to have to play a Zerg as well. I think it was... why do we do this every time? He's going to have to play a Zerg, I'm pretty sure, right? And... he's going to show a bunch of builds. SOS, even though he's got quite a few... Yeah, Curious. So even though he's got quite a few, he's the defending champion as well. He's going to have to play his A game. So if you look at this, like since the quarters, they will be one by one. His future opponents, they will be watching. And that's going to be another Zerg he has to play. So we talked about this earlier in the tournament. And so far, I don't actually think he's had to play that many PvZ, which is good for him. But now is the time he starts playing in them. And whoever is going to face him later down the line is going to be studying him very hard.
All right, well, we'll have to see how much studying is going on for this series then, as we are ready to go into our next best of 3. It is actually the last match of the round of 16 before we kick off the top 8 show tomorrow. Let's head over to the casters, Apollo and Todd.
Why, thank you, Nathan. It's really good to have you here on the desk. It's time for Snute versus Armani, the last game of day one before we go into, what was it, round 2? In Control said before. Day 2 where we'll have the 8 players go through. Snute in high spirits. Looking confident, looking comfortable. It's good to see.
It's a big change, I feel like, from some of the tournaments we've seen him not too long ago. In particular, in Poland, he was already all smiles.
Yeah.
Earlier this year, he looked kind of miserable in some of the tournaments he attended. He wasn't performing very well. He was very unhappy, talked about quitting. But now, Snute, it feels like he's kind of learned to re-enjoy himself here, being a pro gamer. And it's really showing, I feel, in his play. He's shown a lot of good things. Even though he lost to Kung Fu Panda, I feel like he showed some good things in those series, or in that one series that he played against him at WCS.
Yeah, he has a good chance in this tournament for sure. Until, that inevitable SOS or Curious game, I think until that point, he should be doing rather well at this side of the bracket. So it'll be good to see if he can take on Armani. Though, one thing I know we're talking about Snute and Snute's chances versus Armani, something we didn't really bring up is we saw Armani play early, and he actually was looking pretty solid. So I don't think we should count this guy out.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay, we're into the game, Todd. The last best of 3 of the day. Down here to the bottom right-hand side, of course, from Team Liquid is the Red Zerg. It is Snute, or as I like to call him, Asgard.
Snute
Defender of the WCS, protector of the European region.
Younger brother of Thor.
And up here is the one, the only, the stylish Samsung Khan Zerg Armani, who goes up against Asgard in a battle that Colaris would say, collision of 2 titans.
2 worlds collide.
2 worlds collide.
Armani seems like a nice guy, actually. Like in the one Home Story Cup he came to as well, seemed to try and talk a little bit to players and stuff. I remember actually it was so funny because like after he lost to Daishi, he was just hanging around Daishi, like following him everywhere, and Daishi was like confused. He's like, I beat this guy, and he seems to think like I'm a god or something. He's just like hanging out with me. Snute's opening with a cheeky build. We've seen that a lot more from Snute. Snute used to be that guys that play standard, really doesn't mix in too many different builds, just tries to outplay his opponent in a regular game. Kind of like we see Curious do a lot of the time, but in this case, Snute really has started playing more aggressive as of late, and he's brought him mixed success, I think, right?
Yes, definitely. Definitely mixed success. We'll see how well he's going to do with this one. Super aggressive 13 gas 12 spawning pool. He's going to be looking to blow this one up nice and fast. And it's funny because we actually said in the pre-game here that we thought it would probably be Armani that would do something like this, but it is the opposite here.
Yeah.
Armani's gone hatch gas pool.
I wish Pig was here.
Pool. Yeah, I know he'd be growling at this one. It's oh god.
Spawning pool is starting.
God, spawning pool. Oh, it's 13 gas and 12 pool. He's going aggressive. Oh yeah.
We're gonna make so many enemies from this cast.
Hashtag run it in the club.
That's the one saving grace.
Hashtag run it in the club. So yeah, Armani's about to figure this out because his first overlord sees no hatchery. And he already knows what he's in, but he can't change anything in his build.
Yeah.
Like, it's already too late, so he can start a spine crawler straight away if he wants to take it that way.
I wonder, can you delay this?
Pool's done?
Can you delay this enough here by Snute that you hope that Armani is going to be starting extra drones? Yeah, 1 more drone starts. And 2 queens.
I don't know why.
So that's one drone that could have been Lynx here.
Bit weird that drone, but so now he sees the Zerglings moving across the other side of the map, and Snute's going to go for it, obviously. He's got 1 hatch versus 2. He needs to do a lot of damage. But he only commits a little bit here. He's only building roughly 10 Zerglings, and he stops. It's just a little bit of pressure.
Snute's doing this, actually, like, he pulled his queen away. Is he going to be late with the inject here?
Well, from Armani's perspective, this is a massive attack coming his way. So
he's moving out. Armani's misreading this.
He's also building another drone, too. Squeezing another drone there. Oh, Zergling, well, these 2 are down for sure.
Yeah, and then Snute's going to be getting across the map very quickly with more and more links. The spine start, but it's in the natural and could be targeted down and sniped. 19
workers versus 19 workers, and Snute's building more already. So this is already starting to become a success. As long as he gets some more damage done, this is not bad.
Yeah, but Snute's going to have a much later natural, but those links, they can maybe do a little bit more. He's trying to sneak into the main. Armani is being careful enough not to let that happen. Snipes another drone here. Snute goes into the main. Yeah, this could be more drones dying here.
Yeah, this is brilliant now. He's taking a 4 drone lead. Grabs another one as well.
Wow.
Just 10 lings, that's all this really was.
And he snipes 1 unit every time and starts running away.
Yeah. That's actually really not a good fight at all.
Armani, though, he's going to get his own speed there. He's not starting any additional links to try and counterattack. He's just going to be droning up from here.
And as good as this hatchery is, the queens weren't injecting at all times, right? So he doesn't have the maximum amount of lava he could be having. And it's a 10 drone advantage. That's a massive, massive lead. Huge.
But the counterattack could be dangerous here, though. Snute needs to get a bunch of Zerglings on his own up.
Yeah.
He saw that the Baneling nest started, so he's going to get his own one.
Really cool opener,
Oh,
though.
double extractor trick, I think, because he was going to be supply blocked for a second.
Yeah. Really
Better
cool
safe than
opener.
sorry, Apollo.
Yeah. Conclusion, 7 workers now. And he's got the same army amount, so he's not under any pressure, any danger. Good start. Well done. Not bad. Solid. Great denial there. Solid.
Yeah, really good by Snute. He's putting some serious work here already in map number 1, really pushing Armani off his game. I mean, it's not a huge advantage just yet, but it's definitely not bad at all. Baneling starting here back at home for Armani. Wants to make sure he's ready to defend here.
Yeah, so tech choices now have been decided. The evolution chambers come down from Snute, so we're going to have a nice and early
It's not as a wall.
+1 attack. No, it's inside the main base. Has been spotted. That's a really good scout there by Armani. Knows that there's no fast layer coming in, doesn't see a roach roar, and sees that this guy's investing in an upgrade nice
Because
and early.
Snute already has link speed and a Baneling nest, I guess he doesn't need to go for a wall. It's not like he's really worried about any kind of mass link going across the map to try and kill him, because he could get enough Banelings to just defend.
Yeah.
Missile attacks, I'm guessing, is going to be the choice here.
That's cool. That's a good advantage. I mean,
An earlier layer as well for Snute.
so faster roach speed, faster +1 attack.
Everything is better.
Yeah. Due to that start that he had, to be honest. And he's got this third hatchery on the way. Looking good is our Asgard. Looking good.
Did you miss casting ZvZ, Apollo?
I do like a bit of Zerg versus Zerg.
A bit.
Yeah, no, I do. I actually quite like this matchup.
Oh, only two drones here on both of the...
Ooh, look at Armani, though.
Extractors
We're
on the
looking at
natural.
what Snoot's been up to. Armani's going for an attack. 10 roaches, realizing that Snoot's dedicated
Is he
to
going
the
to be
late
spotted?
game.
I don't think there is too many overlords in good positions here to see this coming.
Well, I mean, he sees no third, but this still could be a spire play. It still could be fast roach speed. So, unless he spots it properly... But to be honest, Snoot's, already starting to build units. So, it might not be a bad thing.
I think he's kind of sensed it coming. Is this going to be spotted, though? Definitely would help.
He's going to see it now.
Hello.
Yeah, so now he sees it, but he's already got roaches on the way. There shouldn't be too bad of a position. I think he's okay. He's down a little bit when it comes to the roaches.
Oh, Armani's going all in. He's getting more and more Zerglings. I think with the amount of Banelings that he has, he's looking to try and swarm this army here. Snute doesn't have Zerglings back at home.
Not yet. No, it's just pure roaches. If he survives this, he takes map number 1. He's got all the queens here as well. He's got a bit of a spread against these Baneling. Snipes one of them straight away.
Really nice snipe. He might have actually... Oh, Baneling's trying to get a good connection here.
Oh, that would have been beautiful.
Oh, these rocks almost went down as well. Half hit points there. Snute being on the third hatchery is going to be able to reinforce from there as well. If he has a bunch of transfuses.
I think it's too late for Armani. He's taking too long.
Yeah, but his Baneling count is getting out of control, and he's going to rely on that to try and end it.
Yeah, he's got to... I mean, against the split, though, it's going to be hard to get those off. Here we go. He's going to go in. And he gets a couple of good detonations, especially down the center. But this +1 attack's about to complete, and Snoot's going to hold this, I think. The last couple of Banelings are going to come through. Decent hits again, but with Queen support and more roaches popping out.
Yeah, the Zerglings were trash here. They did absolutely nothing. He didn't even get drones. Armani is plummeting in supply. He has no third base. He starts a lair, the desperation lair, but Snute just completed Glial reconstitution. He could just move across the map and own this kid.
Own this kid. Own him. Own him. He owned him. GG. Snute takes map number 1. 1-0 to Asgard.
Staying hydrated as well. Yeah,
Hashtag
actually, I noticed. I noticed he had a lot of water bottles on his desk. That's his secret, man. Just drinking water.
Dude, water's super important, and you can see it gives you wins against Armani if you drink it. Good start there for Snute. And it's played out exactly how I guess he imagined it to play. He got his advantage early on. He carried it through and defended against the counter push.
Usually, you expect the opposite of this kind of game from a non-Korean against a Korean player. But Snute, he once again shows that he's world class, and particularly in ZvZ. How Armani has to be getting worried here.
Yeah, he's very close to elimination, sadly. He's one game away from that, of course, still in the best of 3 stages. We don't go to best of 5s until deeper on in this tournament.
And this team's been doing pretty well. Reality is still in, Solar as well. You don't want to be the black sheep, man. You never want to be the black sheep.
Yeah.
I was always the black sheep.
I still am, actually. Solar is playing currently, I think. He's playing in the other round of 16 game against the... I don't know.
Why do we keep on doing this?
I don't know.
We just make ourselves look like
it's
idiots.
It's kind of late. It's past midnight. It's way past my bedtime recently. I go to bed really early. Roddy doesn't go to bed.
Well, what time do you go to
though.
bed and then wake up?
Usually I go to bed about this time, actually, like 11, 12, and then I get up at like 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's weird, because that's the time Roddy wakes up to hit the club.
Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of funny. As I go to sleep, Roddy's getting up to go. Well, a complete reverse cycle of sleep patterns, but that's how Roddy does it when Roddy goes to the club.
He's a devil. What can you do?
Yeah, he is a devil.
We're going off track.
Multiple things coming into my mind, and I was about to say all of them, and then I stopped it and didn't say any of them, which is probably better for the broadcast. Getting ready for this next map just around the corner as Snute goes up against Armani for a position to play in the top 8. In DreamHack Tour, we had Harston representing the European scene, and this time it can be Snute representing. I don't think there was a European top 8 in Valencia, right? I'm pretty sure there wasn't. I didn't follow it super closely.
Why do we keep on doing this?
I was in Shenzhen. Nathanias, there wasn't, right? A top 8 in Valencia? A European? There wasn't. I'm pretty sure. No, there wasn't. Roddy's there nodding away. I mean...
Roddy knows. He's like the encyclopedia of StarCraft.
Encyclopedia of StarCraft? I like to think that too. Roddy knows a lot. He remembers a lot.
He's like an elephant. He has great memory.
He has great memory. He's saved many things that have happened over the years. Okay, down here in the bottom right-hand side, as the red Zerg, of course, it's Liquid Snute, better known as Asgard from now on.
Do the voice.
I really hope.
Do the voice to introduce his opponent.
Which voice?
Your voice when you host, during rehearsals.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No, save it for the live.
This is live.
I thought this was rehearsal all day, to be honest. Up here to the top left is the blue Zerg. It is Samsung Khan. There's Armani. He's a great player.
Growing up, I'm sure you talked like this before you became a cool nerd that works out and all.
It's actually my real voice. This is a fake one. And look at Snute. He's at it again. Even stronger this time. Pull 10. He's having a laugh, this kid.
He's having a giggle.
He's having a giggle.
With Armani.
He's having a giggle with Armani. He doesn't take Armani seriously because of his ID. Armani.
I'm so happy that Armani most likely doesn't speak too much English, because if he watches this VOD, he's just like gonna walk up to you tomorrow and punch you in the face.
No, he wouldn't do that. I got Roddy and Nate protecting me.
Yeah, Nate particularly.
Nate definitely.
Just throw him an Armani.
Nate just says a couple of memes and Armani just runs away scared, man.
Just weirds him out.
And then Roddy's like, you want to go to the club, bro? All right, Hatch first coming out again from Armani. And it's funny because Armani's just doing the same again, not expecting Snute to do this. And he's going to see
do it twice. Actually, it's not the same build, technically.
No, it's even earlier.
There's no gas this time around here for Snute.
Yeah, this is...
We've seen this being defended very successfully, though, in the past, like not too long ago.
Yeah, it comes down to your drone micro, obviously. Drilling into the mineral lines, and if the Zerg player makes a mistake.
How do you predict this is going to do?
To be honest, I don't know. I was being honest with you, I don't know.
That's Kappa. All right, Lynx are going to come in there. Armani's pulling the drones here. He's trying to make sure he gets some good surface area here if he was to fight these Zerglings.
So far, pretty good
a lot
for
of mining
Snute.
time, actually.
Oh, he trapped 2.
Surrounded.
Oh, no, one got out. One got out there, but this is pretty good for Snute.
How many can he kill?
Well,
it's been 4 so far.
Yeah, it's really good. And a couple more Lings come in. There's only a queen on the way. He can't afford Zerg. Oh, he's building drones. That's why. Wow,
a lot of them have quite a few hit points.
I can't believe he built 2 drones. This guy's crazy.
He's loved his drones. He's like a Korean red.
Oh, nice micro from Snute too. Takes
2 more drones went down though.
Snoot's got that lead again.
He's not by much though. Having a queen. Wait, I thought he went for a queen.
He cancelled
it. He said the natural, no?
Oh no. No, he cancelled it. He cancelled it. Armani did to get more Zerglings.
Because he made drones. That was the mistake.
I think he thought the drone fight was probably going better than it actually was and thought he could drone at that point. But Snute gets out and look at it, 22 to 17 supply, 21 to 17. Sorry, Lings keep dying. An 18 to 13, and that hatchery's about to complete for Snute. So
mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. There's a faster, or not faster, but there will be soon Snute to have gas of his own to match Armani's. But again,
Armani's going to start speed earlier. He can just drone up and then once he's close to getting speed, get a bunch of links, try to get out on the map, make something happen. Snute, he's trying to squeeze out more drones here right now. He's got his queens actually already, so that's pretty good here for him, for Snute. In this case, 4 army supply to 4, but Snute ahead by 4 walkers, so he's putting some serious work here already in this map. Only on 1 queen though, Snute didn't prioritize that second one just yet, and he's getting more and more drones. Baneling nest already as well. So it looks like Snute just wants to skip speed here completely. I think he knows that Armani is going to be starting his speed much earlier, so he's just going to want to get banelings to make sure he can defend against any amount of links.
Little safer.
I like it.
He may, I mean, you don't really have to get speed at all, I can assume. You can go straight towards the lair if you want to play that way.
If he wants to go for roaches, which he's very good with.
I guess we'll see when he gets to that 100 gas what snooty old boy wants to do. Another gas coming in.
Snute's really impressing in ZvZ, like really impressive. I think if he had to play Curious later on.
I think he has a good shot, yeah, for sure. I think his struggles are going to come against SOS when he gets up there, but he has chosen Zergling speed and a second gas inside the main base.
More and more drones here are being made by Snute. Armani's trying to get some of his own, but supply-wise, Snute's doing pretty okay right now. 2 more queens, by the way.
Yeah. Going to start getting that
creep
out. Yeah, take that third soon, I imagine. So, interesting mid-game now then. So, Snute goes into it with a little bit of a lead. And that third is down now for him as well. Armani, I don't think he's going to go for the same type of attack he did previously. He's going to take a third of his own. And we are going to get into the next stage.
I really like the third hatchery here by Snute. Just this early, kind of putting some pressure in a way on Armani, saying, I'm starting this, what are you going to do about it? I'll be ready, whatever you do. And then Armani starts his own. Snute's about to check it and scout it.
Yeah, and Snute's got this faster evolution chamber, roach one, and lair setup as well. So he's going to have that faster +1 attack, the faster roach speed, which just kind of gives him complete control when he enters the mid game, which is fantastic.
So how do you feel now that you've started commentating again? Like you've tasted back what you once had. Are you gonna want to commentate every tournament?
No, I don't think I'll be allowed again after how I performed this week.
Hashtag Roddy in the club.
Hashtag Roddy in the club. Yeah.
That's the one hashtag that's making sure no one of us are ever getting hired again.
No. Back to the old desk job on Monday. Might as well enjoy it while I can. Hashtag Roddy in the club. You can't stop me.
It's too late. We're already hired for this event.
I know. Can't stop me now. I'm really sorry.
Nate's going to be hosting the panel and solo casting the next tournament with the Roddy soundboard. Just having some fun.
Make our own Roddy soundboard. I can be the Roddy soundboard for you. So we're entering the mid game now, and Snute's building up a little force. He's got a lot of roaches on the way, but he's got also a decent drone count, which Armani is going to match. So they're very similar. The thing is, it's just Snute's a little bit faster in everything that he's doing. A little bit faster with the drones, a little bit faster with the +1, a little bit faster with the roach speed.
And usually the thing with Snute is that in that situation, he's not going to miss a single inject. He's going to start completely getting out of control in terms of supply. And at some point, there is an attack that's going to come that's just going to kill his opponent.
And I'm pretty sure Snute knows the position he's in, and so he's looking to stretch that too. If he can hit this +1 attack and hit with roach speed, it's a beautiful attack. Armani's going to sneak in here. Snute does see it. Good to see his reactions pretty fast there.
Sick tickle on these roaches.
Yeah, and this again is just going to push Snute even further towards this timing, and this is going to be a very difficult one for Armani to stop. He does have defender's advantage, which I mean the hatcheries are going to be closer, so he can reinforce faster.
Armani starts +1 carapace. I don't think he quite realizes how far behind in supply is going to be here. He needs more units. He's 39 army to 60, 23 roaches to 7.
He sees it now, that's for sure. He's going to need a good defense here. Otherwise, he's going out. And he's supply blocked at 102. It's the worst time to get supply blocked is when you're about to take a fight.
Force into links as well. Because he wants to reinforce faster into this fight. Snute, with the massive amount of roaches that he's got here, is going to be taking that engagement. There's 2 queens helping for Armani. Is it enough, though?
I think this might be over, Todd's. The defense advantage could help, but Snute looks like he's absolutely going to smash Armani in this series. It really wasn't close at all. And look at it. It's a landslide of roaches now. And that's it. That's over. Snute's going to break through this center base and go towards the natural. And this, just like that, is over. The roaches come popping out, but they die instantly to Snute's army. And Asgard, the defender of the WCS, the protector of the European regions, going to defend the European scene and move through to the quarterfinals. As the only European, once again, Snute does it. 50 supply lead. And as you can see, nice and easy for Snute. And he really wasn't worked very hard in this series. And GG's called. Snute takes it 2-0. Under 20 minutes. Job well done. Go take some sleep. Join us again tomorrow for the quarterfinals. Well done, Snute. Really, really solid performance.
Looking pretty pleased with himself here. And that was very impressive.
I mean, look at him.
Didn't break a sweat.
No. It didn't look that difficult for him, did it?
Another day at the office for Snute. Almost as if he was laddering. He's like, wait, that was the tournament? Yeah, just now? Thought I queued up on ladder.
It's a very nice win considering, Armani playing in Korea on the Korean server with all his teammates in Samsung Con, and Snute just pushes him aside like that.
Imagine what's going through his head right now. Armani's like, oh, never can I hear the end of it? Can I go home already? Can I change my flight? Because my teammates, they're going to keep on ripping.
He's like, I've seen Snute beat some of these other Koreans before, but I didn't think he was that good. And yeah, well done by Snute, and obviously a fantastic performance by the Team Liquid star. And he goes through to top 8, so wonderful performance. It's going to be great to see him on stage tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic for the local Swedish crowd to cheer on Snute going up against the Koreans. And he's going to be going up against either Solar or his opponent that he's playing currently, or may have finished. So it'll be good to see how far he can go.
By the way, this is so unfair because I'm so tall. My hair is cut here in the screen. What are you guys doing to me? You're holding me back.
The frame of the camera was set ready for Nathanius, so it's had to be adjusted. Sorry. We had to cut your hair off to make sure Nathanius fit in screen.
Oh my god. So unfair. But yeah, pretty good day of StarCraft.
Yeah.
Really, like a lot of good games. And if you look at these 4 quarterfinals, you're like, oh my god, it's actually looking really insane. We're going to have a lot of good games tomorrow. All races are represented thanks to reality.
Thanks to reality.
Squeezing in there somehow.
Beating
the Dong.
Yeah, it was a good win for him earlier on, and very convincing win against Jaedong too. We're going to have a winner's interview very shortly with In Control. We'll be going to that in a couple of moments once that's set up over Inferno Online. And I'm looking forward to having In Control joining us tomorrow too. He's been missed today, it's safe to say.
Funka usually is the one that's isolated in his cage somewhere out there. Like we never see him. We don't know where he is. He's like hidden from us.
Yeah, but
in this case, it was Jeff.
And we haven't spoke to him at all today, but
he needs a hug.
He's been doing good. He's been doing a fantastic job, and hopefully he can continue that for the winners interview. Let's go over to In Control.
We're live. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Jeff interviewing Snute after his victorious win. Very nicely done against Armani. We're going to ask him a couple of questions. Snute, you look pretty dominant in the ZvZ. Is that your favorite matchup? Are you feeling good? Your thoughts?
In tournaments, I've been doing the best in CVP, I think, even if I dislike Protoss a lot. But CVC is definitely my second best matchup, and in practice, in the European ladder, then CVC is my best matchup, so I like it quite a lot.
Okay, very good. You seem to be playing it very nicely here. You've in the past kind of talked about mindset, but also having some shoulder issues. How are you physically and mentally right now, and what are your thoughts coming into the end of the year?
Yeah, so I've been a pro gamer since 2012, so I've been playing a lot of games, and for the most part I was very inactive. And it didn't really used to be a problem before, but before WCS it really started to hurt a lot. So at this point I haven't been able to practice much before this event, but I think the break did a lot of good, and I didn't recover fully. But yeah, it's not the same. I cannot practice as much as before, but I do a lot of thinking, and I think the thinking about the matches and what builds to play, etc., thinking about the maps, I think that's more important than physical condition.
Absolutely, I think it's really cool. So going forward, you're of course making a very deep run here. You will be playing tomorrow, at what I called earlier, round 2, thank you boys, or day 2, as it's probably more aptly called. You've got a lot of people to face. We think it might be Lenok. Neither of us actually looked. We're very tired. It's the end of the day, but are there anybody out there that you're afraid of playing, or a worse matchup, or you're looking forward to play? Just your thoughts about the future in this matchup. This tournament.
I've done really badly against Korean Terrans, but I think there's only one left. I think in CVC I can beat anybody, but there's a lot of good players here. So I like to play against Zergs. I think CVC is a lot of fun. So it would be fun to play more CVCs.
Okay, very cool. And before we let you go, we're all very tired here, and you've got some thinking and resting to do for tomorrow. Just quick thoughts. A lot of people follow you, big fans out there. And they want to know, what are you thinking about next year? You're going to have some time to rest. You are one of the absolute best foreigners, one of the guys that has taken down a lot of these tournaments. What do you see yourself doing in 2016? Legacy of the Void, that kind of stuff. Even if it's just a fantasy, what do you think about next year?
Yeah, first of all, I need to take care of my neck pains. So now that I made some money here, I can spend some money on that massage type of stuff. So I think I'll keep on playing. I think the stuff that Legacy is going to bring looks pretty cool, and I still enjoy the game a lot. So I think there's going to be a lot of downtime, and I'll focus on my condition and exercising a lot, and then I think I'll keep playing maybe one more year or so.
Okay. Very cool, Snute. Thank you very much. Guys, we've had a long, great day here, some good games, some nice upsets as well, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen tomorrow. But before we do, let's throw it back to that desk with the #1 commentator in the entire world, Apollo, and the #7 host, Nathanius.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Of course, it is my honor to be #7, lucky #7. If only I could be 8, I could match Roddy. It's been a good day of StarCraft. What do you guys think about Snute's thoughts on the day?
Yeah.
No?
They were great.
Nothing?
They were great.
They were great. Okay. Thanks. Really thoughtful input, of course. Snute
Back at you.
as feeling quite good. Very good to know. As pretty good results so far in this tournament. Top 8 finish, definitely has to feel good about that as the only non-Korean
Absolutely.
player.
I like how you answered
course.
your own question.
Yeah, no worries at all, actually. It's been a really cool day, though. We're going to take another look at the bracket before we wrap up here so that you guys who may have missed some of the matches can stay up to date on everything. We have our top 8 set.
Oh, ZvZ. Solar Snute, sorry. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nate.
There'll be a ZvZ, of course. So
Don't mind
we'll
Todd.
play against Snute. We'll also have
French.
Hyun going up against Rain, Lenok facing off against Reality, and SOS versus Curious. Which matchup stands out the most to you guys? Favorite? Todd, answer first.
There's so many cool matchups. I think maybe SOS Curious. It's like the guy who's on fire and who's maybe the favorite to win the whole thing against the returning champ. It's going to be a sick match.
I agree, actually. I think that's really good. I quite like Hyun versus Rain, I think, because there's so much on stake for that, with Hyun trying to play to get to the global finals. It's a cool series. I actually kind of like all of them. I know that's a very generic answer.
Great answer.
But then the Snute versus Solar game, I'm quite looking forward to seeing if Snute can take down another Zerg, which I think he actually can. So, but if I was to go one way, more so than agreeing with you, I would say Hyun versus Rain.
Yeah, Solar actually another DreamHack champ from the past.
Yeah, he won Stockholm last year. This is his chance making it back to the arena tomorrow for the finals. Could be looking for that repeat.
Yeah, a back-to-back champ in Stockholm. He would be,
That'd be
I
awesome.
guess, a third of following Teja's legacy. You need to
Well,
win a lot.
Tasia owns Jönköping, and Solar can try to own Stockholm, I guess. So there's that. I do believe at some point we can also look at the schedule so you can see the lineup for the matches tomorrow. We're going to be going all the way through, finishing everything up in the arena here in Stockholm, Sweden, as we're going to kick things off at 1 o'clock local time. Then we'll go straight into the round of 8. We'll play down all 4 matches, go straight to the semis, and then the wonderful finals, which I'm sure Paul is the #1 caster. You're very excited to finally be a part of again.
Absolutely.
Accelerated schedule except for grand final. What does that mean, Nate?
That means
you're supposed to explain
actually, I was going to answer it, but I'm not a host, so.
It's okay, Sean. So basically, we're going to move through the matches as much as we can without causing any additional delay. But the time for the finals is set, so we will kick that off when it comes.
So you're saying if we finish all of the quarterfinals and semifinals, as an example, at 5 o'clock, the final starts at 10:30?
Sean, you're the expert on this one, so I'm going to defer to you and say probably.
Okay.
Come on, guys. We had a good day. Let's end on a good note, please. Sean.
love you,
Behave
Nate.
yourself.
I don't know what I said to trigger you so much, but
Me or him?
I'm trying. I'm trying here.
You're
I
doing a
love you,
great
Nate.
job. The thing is you're doing such a good job.
Yeah, that we need to make you look worse.
I see.
Because we feel threatened by you.
So
It's
okay.
not so much threatened, is that you make
Not in
us
real
look
life,
bad.
but yeah.
Just naturally.
Just in the-
so
I
we
guess-
try to bring you down a little bit so we can be on the same level, but it's really difficult.
Yeah,
You've been doing
I
a great
know.
job, Nate.
Getting down to the same level of me is pretty tough for especially Todd. Apologize for your hair.
He's making jokes about himself.
Puns!
I don't- yeah,
The puns are so
anyway.
strong today.
It's been a great day here. A lot of awesome StarCraft. We have 1 Terra and a lot of Zerg and a lot of Protoss left. I want to give another big thanks to our sponsors who helped make this awesome event possible, bringing all this money out here so that these players can compete. Them, of course, being ISO, Razer, Intel, and Monster Energy. Guys, any final thoughts before we close out the show?
Yeah, thanks to the sponsors for bringing all these players out there and paying you a fee as well as a host.
Yeah,
Sorry, that was too easy. Come on.
I mean, pretty happy you could be here because of them.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks,
to
Sean.
Apple
It's been a great day.
for finally coming back, returning to commentating.
Yeah, I don't know for how long though.
It was long coming, man.
I feel like if I check on the internet, there's going to be pitchfork. Get him back off. No more.
You think you got a few emails from Blizzard during today's show?
Probably of how good I did, yeah.
That's really
You think
interesting.
you surprised them?
very
Or,
much.
or the other one's going to be, please leave Nathanias alone. That could be the other one. But it's been a great day. I really
just
enjoyed
can't wait to have
everything.
Jeff here tomorrow. That'll be the best.
That's what you think this was. That wait until Jeff is around you tomorrow, because he was a little bit sad that he had to be in Inferno Online away from you today.
Yeah, I'm sure. So we'll get to see Jeff tomorrow, as well as the champion for DreamHack Open Stockholm 2015. That's it here from us tonight in Sweden. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the finals.